This, however, you can hear. The surface of the gong vibrates rapidly. This causes a disturbance in the air around the gong. The vibrating surface of the gong sends out vibrating waves of air, just as a pebble dropped into a pond sends out little waves or ripples over the surface of the water. We call these vibrations of the air sound. When they strike our ear, they cause the eardrums to vibrate at the same rate when we recognize the sound. If we strike a smaller gong, the sound wave that sends out makes the eardrum vibrate more rapidly. This is the difference. The higher pitch. The more rapid the vibration, the higher the pitch. Now, that was a high-pitched sound, disagreeable to hear. When the rate of vibration per second becomes too high, when it exceeds 7,000 vibrations per second, the human ear can no longer register it. We don't hear the sound. But it still goes out through the air, and we can prove it. We can let you actually see sound that you can't hear. We can do this by means of an electrical device. It's the branch, too. It changes sound waves on electric impulses. The latch itself is nothing strange to you. It's the basis of radio and television programs. The branch, too, makes sound signals. Now you can both see and hear this sound. But as the rate of vibration rises above the limit of in the metal itself. It's false.